Kai aku iti, kai aku rahi, kai aku whakatamarahi ki te rangi a tēnā anō rā koutou katoa. Ko tā koutou mō kai tēnei ko Rawiri Waru, e tuku mihi atu ana ki a koutou katoa, e are mai ana ki tēnei o ngā whakapāhotanga, e whakarongo mai ana ki tēnei o ngā whakapāhotanga, nā reira tēnā tātou katoa. E kore roa waku mihi, nā te he nui ngā kōrero hei whāriki atu māku i tēnei kiwa. So yes, e hoa mā ko ngongo taha te maunga, o te utuhina, te awa, o te rotorua nui a kahumata momoe, te moana, ko Ngāti whakau e te iwi, ko te arawa te waka, ana, ko hau tēnei ko Rawiri Waru. Hoi anō e mihi atu ana ki a koutou katoa, o tira ki te kaupapa, ki te hunga nā rātou tēnei kaupapa i whakatūwhera hei whāriki kōrero mā tātou katoa, ngā mea e tono ana ki enei o ngā tūru i roto i te kaunihera. So yes, nice to have you along here. Thank you for having me. Tuatahi, so if you don't know me already, I was born and bred Rotorua, and o hene mutu and Arawa hau are probably my main pā of places of upbringing, but I was lucky enough to be around Te Arawa, the Rotorua district, all the time, in the various roles or various trips and people that I was brought up with. I predominantly work within Ngāti Whakaue, however I have a lot of connections to other things as well, other iwi, other hapu, in Te Arawa waka. I was brought up quite in a humble way, in a very traditional way, I suppose, Te Reo Māori being my first language as well, but also being brought up on the whenua. So we didn't just talk about the whenua, we were brought up on the whenua, and I'm still doing the whenua mahi i neira, in terms of farming, forestry and things like that, for blocks of lands that I have connections to, and indeed great many other people. That put me in good stead as I was growing up, schooled here, Rotorua Primary, in my later years there, and Kaitau Intermediate, then went on to Rotorua Boys High School, where I achieved a lot there. And actually, I should actually pay homage to a teacher of mine, a very influential teacher of mine, who's just recently passed away, Mr. Ian Woon, who helped me in my mahi, especially in the sciences. So, e te rangatira moi mai rā whakangaro atura. That being said, I did rather well at high school, but born and bred Rotorua Boys High School. Went on to uni, went on to do many other things as well, culminating in a lot of experience in different areas, from science to music to the arts, also to governance and managerial positions of leadership, broadcasting, and small business as well. So there's been a lot of experiences that I'm very grateful for, and I know I can use in the role that now I'm going for. So that's a relevant experience. I know I've only got a certain amount of time to speak. However, there are a few questions here that were posed of myself. And so it was about the Te Arawa Vision 2050. How do you see this being integrated with Rotorua Lakes Council's long-term plan? Well, I think if you look at the vision, Te Arawa Vision 2050 and the Rotorua Lakes Council's long-term plan, the crux of the kaupapa, both kaupapa, are pretty much the same. We all want a vibrant place, we all want a safe place to live in, we all want to be in a place where things are growing and development is encouraged, growth is managed, the environment is well looked after, te mauri o te whenua, te mauri o te wai, te mauri o te tangata. So, you know, those things I don't believe are actually any different. We might have a different approach, but I think integrating the Te Arawa plan into the Lakes Council plan, I think it might be the other way around. I think the Lakes Council will have to look at our plan, Te Arawa plan, and make sure that they're aligned to that plan. Because you know, Te Arawa ain't going anywhere. We're here to stay. We've been here for many, many generations, and we're not going anywhere. So I think that's the way to go. The importance of Māori-owned businesses to our community, they're very important. Given that Māori-owned business, when we first started in Rotorua way back in the waybacks, that was tourism, guiding, bush expeditions, fishing expeditions, all sorts like that. They were all based, and I suppose they were carried on by Māori. So Māori have a very, very important role to play in Rotorua, in Aotearoa. I've just come back from a property council conference where that was again put forward as a very important and integral part of any community growing. So Māori businesses, I have one of my own. I own my own business, so I know all about it, and I think Rotorua having its own flavour, it's very important. We can't do things how they always used to be, and we can't do things like everybody else is doing. We need to find our own way to do things and get things done, and I think we're on the way to doing that, but I just think we need a bit more of a boost to get there. So I think with the skills that I've acquired over many years, and also being put into leadership positions, I understand a lot what's required to get to certain places. Sometimes it's not always the straight up kōrero, but sometimes it's about how you navigate, even when you're on a windy road, still getting to that same place where we all want to get to. So I think for me, that's my quick little kōrero. Nice to have you. Thank you for listening to my kōrero, and I hopefully you'll give me your support in the upcoming elections. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa.